Hello everyone. Hi. Welcome to Bookmas Day 3. So today I will be talking about the books that I really need to get to in 2020. So I made a video just like this last January and it was a total success and I loved it. And I want to do a repeat for next year. So the first book that I really want to get to in 2020 is the only book that I haven't finished from my list last year, and this book is being sort of transferred to this year, and that is Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. I started this book, I quite liked it, but then it really changed in pacing and it jarred with me, and I think I'm going to pick it up an audiobook so as to better enjoy it. But yeah, I am quite expecting to like this because it's been compared to a lot of my favorite books, and it is about a post-apocalyptic story seen from the point of view of a traveling Shakespeare theatre company, which sounds perfect, and I really hope I like it. So yes, this is from last year, but is being moved into 2020. So the other books are all new books. I finished all the other books that were on my list last year. And therefore, yeah, okay, let's get into it. So the first series I really want to get to, yes, I've upgraded, I'm doing series now, kind of, is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I really want to get to this book, at least. I might also read The Crooked Kingdom, but we'll see. If I just finish this one, I'll be very happy with myself. However, in order to finish this one, I still have to read Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising, because I started Shadow and Bone like 3 years ago and I just never continued with it. But that's the goal, basically. I really want to read this book in 2020 because I've heard really good things about it, and I'm hoping that it's going to be like one of my new favorite series. After reading A Gathering of Shadows, I'm really feeling new fantasy stories and getting into new fantasy, so I really hope I like it. Yes, so that is the goal. I have no idea what this is about. It is, I think, about a heist, and it's set in the Grishaverse, which is a Russian-inspired fantasy world. But I think it's going to have a very different tone to the Shadow and Bone series. We'll see. Okay. The next book I really want to get to is a sci-fi book. So my sci-fi book of last year was a bit tricky for me, and I will probably have to reread it. So I'm kind of gambling with a lot of stuff putting this book on here. I hope it's good. And that is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I have no idea what this is about. I only know the first line of the book. Other than that, I know nothing. I'm putting this on the list because it is really dense, so, you know, it's gonna be tricky for me to get to it on my own. We'll see. But would you like me to read you the first line? Okay, if you would not, then just zoom over until I hold up a new book. But the first line of this story is, "Let's start with the end of the world, why don't we?" Which intrigues me. I hope it's gonna be good. I hope I like it. But me and sci-fi have a rocky relationship, so we'll see. The next book on this list is The Bedlam Stacks by Natasha Pulley, which is another installment in the Watchmaker of Filigree Street series. I think you see certain characters repeat, but it's not a series per se. But I loved The Watchmaker of Filigree Street. I read it 2 years ago, absolutely loved it, and I'm really hoping that I like this one. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure, but again, it is, that didn't show it, but it's quite dense, so I hope I like it and I hope I get through it. It's not as big as my other books, which doesn't bode well for the other books I have on this list. But yes, I hope I like it. The Watchmaker of Filigree Street, it's a historical fiction. That's all I can really say. It is something that's very difficult to summarize. Yeah, but I do recommend it. I think it's a very good one. on this list is, surprise, surprise, a surprise to no one, A Conjuring of Light by V. Schwab, because I've read A Gathering of Shadows in November. I've already talked about it in my November wrap-up. I am in love, and look at that. Remember my last year's video when I said that The Gathering of Shadows was intimidating because it was huge and it had tiny writing? Yeah, that's doubly the case here. However, I read The Gathering of Shadows in 3 days, so I'm thinking that this is actually very achievable. Oh god. Okay, I'm really excited to finish this series. I hope it's very, very good, and I'm expecting it to be very, very good because it's V. Schwab. And basically, Darker Shade of Magic, which is the first book in the series, is about Kel, who has been adopted by the royal family, and he's been adopted by them and sort of taken in by them because he can travel between different Londons, and he is basically a magician, and that makes him kind of important in that political system. But he's also a smuggler, and it starts different conflict and shenanigans and things. It's very, very good. I very much recommend it. Get to The Gathering of Shadows, and then if you don't like it, you can stop. But yeah, that's when it really turned around for me. Okay, the last book on this series is a freaking huge book, because that's sort of the trend here. I think I'm starting to give big books another go after A Gathering of Shadows. Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I read Strange the Dreamer 2 years ago as well. Absolutely loved it. Got the second book last year in 2019. Did not get it. Did not get to it, and I think it's time next year to get to this one. So Strange the Dreamer is about a man named Laszlo who basically has been reading about this mystical, almost mythical city called Weep, but it's not actually called Weep. Basically, at one point, the name is lost from everyone's memory, and it's been lost, and he's trying to figure out what actually happened. He's researching it. It's one of his favorite projects. And then people from Weep actually arrive in his town seeking help. And it is very magical. It's written so well. I think Laini Taylor writes things so well. And I can't wait to get to this installment. Yeah. So this is it. I'm quite excited. Okay, so those are the books that I will be reading in 2020. Those are definitely getting on the list. I'm going to try and get through all of them. But again, if I miss one, I'm going to probably move it to 2021, but we'll see. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun, and I will see you in the next Bookmas video.